Hi, my name's Lachlan Hardiker, and this is my Sport and Recreation AFL coaching session. There are three main stages of learning: cognitive, associative, and autonomous. Most of the athletes that I'll be training are in the cognitive level, with a couple of them being in the associative level. The training session that I created starts with a warm-up, which consists of a lap of the oval and a variety of lower body static and dynamic stretches to warm the athletes up for the main session. After the warm-up, the athletes will then participate in the main session of the training, which consists of mainly massed practice. On top of the massed practice, the athletes will also be doing some whole practice training, which will be later on in the video, which is an AFL game. The reason they will be doing massed practice, as focusing on a massed practice will help them get better at the skill and get them more consistent. By doing it over and over, the athletes will eventually begin to learn the skill and how to keep doing it over and over without error and be able to perform the skill in-game and be consistent at it. Then we have whole practice. Whole practice is a variety of skills all put into one, such as an AFL game, which will help the athletes in in-game situations and put all their mass practice skills into performance in the game. This is good as it will help the athletes progress in putting all the skills together and help them in more realistic situations like the AFL game. In the main session, we had three activities. The first one being I kick the ball out and they catch it and kick it through the goal. After doing that, I'll then roll the ball out to them and they will catch it off the ground and then kick a goal again. And then after that, I'll proceed to doing the drill where they will handball to me. I'll get them to run around me, I'll handball it back and they'll kick another goal, helping them with their kicking, catching and ball handling skills. After that part of the main session, the athletes will then move on to the main session where it will consist of just an AFL game. I will then move on to the warm down after the main session is complete, where the athletes will warm their body down to reduce the chance of injury or illness, which will consist of the same dynamic and static stretches as the warm-up to help the body recover. The athletes were given feedback such as extrinsic and intrinsic feedback. The extrinsic feedback was me giving them feedback and seeing the errors they were making, and I was helping them adjust them and fix the errors. The intrinsic feedback will be helpful as it is self-improvement for the athletes, as they will know when they have made an error, because I will have told them what is the correct and incorrect way to do it, so they can self-improve themselves and make them better at the skill and eventually help them in the real game situation, which is the end goal. If I was to do the training session again, I would keep the warm-up and warm-down the same, as I believe it was highly effective and helped the athletes greatly. However, I would change the main session. I would make it more organised and have the kids more prepared for the session, and I would change one of the drills, in which being the AFL game, as I believe it was not honing in on any specific skills, and I would do a modified game to help them with specific skills and help them during the game instead of just letting them play an AFL game. Doing this, I believe, would help them with specific skills and techniques to help them be better at AFL. Thank you for listening. My name's Lachlan Hardiker, and that is my Sport and Recreation Training Session Review.